Alright, so loading back into ETS2. Game change detected because they've added a bunch of stuff, and a new truck. We do at least now get to choose where to go. It doesn't just automatically park you back in your home base, so we're not just always going back to Prague. We're going to go to Munich. I don't think there's actually a truck dealer there, but that's apparently where the MAN company is based. New special transports, apparently. We're not going to waste a bunch of time. Oh, good, there is one here. Excellent. We'll visit as opposed to buying online. It makes no difference. So, we have, apparently, a new truck. I forget what it's actually called. Is it the TGX? Or is it just a new variant of it? Let's check Steam so we know which one we're getting. It's the MAN TG3 TGX, now available in Truck Simulator, your nearest in-game MAN dealer. So let's take a look and see what we can figure out. There's nothing like shows up different on here. You've got like the GN and the GM and the GX, TGX, GX, GN. I don't know what the differences are. Apparently I'm meant to be looking for a TG3. Let's just customize and see what it does here, shall we? This says TGX, not TG3. TG3, TGX. I mean, it looks correct in terms of the front and everything, so we'll go with that. Chassis, we're not getting an 8x4, I don't think. That's a tad absurd. 6x4's usually plenty. Engines, 640 is the best we can get, looks like. The peak torque is slightly higher. Well, 930 versus 900, whatever, same diff. And what do we want here? We probably want the one that just shows up as the best in terms of stats. It won't be the one that gives the best top speed, necessarily. That would be this one, presumably. 0.77 by 308 looks pretty convincing, as opposed to 0.8 by 3.4. But I think that would be the better for the sake of cargo. We're not actually racing. Ooh, what do we got here? Individual Lion. What does that do? I barely notice a difference, except for the branding there. Oh, different trim. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we get better trim. Cool. Okay, what color scheme do we want? Always a tricky one. Do like the garishness of Pit Stop. We can customize a lot of the colors with that as well. Similar to the Crystal Dimension one that I've used before. 10th anniversary, of course, which we can also customize a fair bit of, to be honest. Just looks like it's driven across the side. Kind of amusing. I love Crystal Dimension. So that one's not actually doing anything, is it? What about this one? Yeah, there we go. This, I think, is like the highlight color. Oh, it's just the stars down there, or the highlight on the stars. Let's do a pink tinge on those. Oh, that doesn't show up much at all, does it? It barely does. Ah, I see. It's like layered tinting. Well, let's do... this one is orange, and then this one is the lime green. There we go. Or maybe this one is the pink, and then that is the green. There we go. That's very on brand for me. And what else we got? We have a bump bar. Sure, why not? It doesn't appear to do anything. Okay, individual line is. So all it does is change the trim to something. It's probably like a carbon fiber covering or something like that. Do duty. That's actually kind of nicer because it's higher. It's not as low down. I think we'll actually do that. It gets rid of the bump bar, but it's kind of got one built in. Glossy or matte, we'll do matte for the sake of everyone else. We don't need those reflections. That is at least the default. Oh, we can have headlight guards. Yeah, sure, why not? Halogen lamps or LED? Definitely LED. Why is that even an option these days? Paint, aero, sure. Paint with sensor? Okay, I don't know what that means, but okay. Oh, we could just have a camera. So it's like head-up display, I guess? I'm going to give that a go. Oh, I want to see what that's like. Yeah, and then it's got screens on the inside instead. Yeah, I'll give that a go. Means we won't need to have as wide an angle. We don't need to worry about looking through the window and everything. That's cool. I like that. All these things that you only have one option for. Air filter is only one option. That's only one option. Plastic or paint. We'll paint the blind spot sensor. Tires. Important things. Something like the 385/65 is just nice and fat. But otherwise the 315/80 gives us a little bit more maneuverability. And then we can apply that onto those. Now the wheel inners do make some difference because you can kind of bring it all the way in, which makes your turns tighter, but doing that makes it also less stable. You can also kind of push it all the way out. I forget which one is the best though. So standard chrome, American Dream goes in, Sirius goes out, but I don't know if it's more. Dark silver goes out the most, I think. Do that versus standard. Yeah, dark silver pops out a little bit more. So we'll do that. And then on these, we want to have the big tires. Always the big on the back. And then the axles for here, I don't think make any difference, but we can make them at least match. Cool. Stock aero, paint aero. CV play. I can't even see what that's doing. Oh, it's this bit here. Okay. Doesn't appear to be doing much. That's what's up here. That's just the spoiler. Ah, there we go. Have some covers. LED plastic. LED paint. I just like having the orange accentuations here and there. We have the branding on that, sure, why not? If we're having it on that one, we don't need it on that one. Weird options to have. Gotta say, it seems a very strange sort of option to have. Plastic or paint once again. Oh, there we go. That brings out everything. Lovely. 400 litre tank. Well, it's the only one I can choose, so guess what we're having. Stock. We can have the Lioness branding on that as well. We can have a camera on this as well. Sure, why not? Roof rack. Got a couple extra lights up here. There we go. Can have beacons as well. Awesome. Looking good. I do love truck shopping. So now we've got a nice camera screen there. And another one over there. You can have the artificial ones on there as well. Some stuff on the dash. You can barely see it over the back. Have a Iberian bobble head there. Can have a... what do we want? I do like the hollow truck. And then probably the car. Keep it classic. Air conditioner. Just normal air freshener is fine. You can have a bottle or a Goodyear mug. I'll just have a bottle of water there. What else can we do? Steering wheel. I mean, exclusive, obviously. No, lioness, so we get the red trim, even better. Carpet. We even get a carpet option these days. Ah, funny. Cooling box. Naturally. Don't like that he stares at me the whole time. Have our tablet there, probably. Keep that handy. Standard fabric, lioness, obviously. Michelin bag, sleeping bag. That feels far too bulky. Let's just have a sleeping bag or the truck bag. There we go. Better. And one of our pillows. Lovely. Zzz. There's not much in the back, must be said. Maybe we could have a Michelin thing. Nah, that's a bit garish. You've already got your branding on the tyres, you don't need it on the inside as well. Okay, I think we're good to go. Oh, of course a hanger as well. What do we want for this? ECS air freshener, that's new I think. Don't know if all of the things are available here. We can have our steering wheel. That's always fun. We'll do that. Oh, and then we've got our usual array of flags that we can have. Such as that. Such as... that. And Michelin. And that's about it, I think. So we probably want a different design, because we want to have just like one in the middle. In fact, maybe we do it like this instead. We do here. That's weird. Oh, I see. It's showing it up differently. Oh no, this works. We've just put 2 up the top, and it should just be 1 here. So it should just be like the Michelin pennant up here. Get rid of this one, and then put the Czech flag here, and the MAN one there. There we go. So it looks offset, but that's just because of the sizes. And I'm not going to bother with that for this time. The fringing is just a bit too distracting sometimes. Cool, I think we're good to go. Confirm. Purchase. Yes, I do want to drive my new truck, which means I need to put my old one somewhere else. So, do I have a vacant spot somewhere? I went on a tear at one point and just bought a ton of stuff. Okay, so I've got the garages further up. And I haven't actually put anything in them yet. Okay, that one can go to Helsinki. Why not? Okay, we're finally going to start driving now. Look at that. Very nice. It's going to be interesting to see what the camera things are all like. So now I want to find a delivery, so we can give it an excuse to stretch its legs. Very nice. Screenshot. Job market. Freight market. What have we got going from here? I was kind of hoping to get one from like Munich to Mannheim because it's just funny. Sure, let's just do an express one. It's just empty pallets, but they're in a hurry to get the empty pallets all the way up to Hannover for some reason. Sure, let's just do that.
Time to get the job done.
Well, that's weird having the camera
Turn
on the
right.
inside there.
Turn left.
It's basically what I'm emulating with the top right one anyway. But that, of course, is the right
Keep left.
camera instead.
Turn left.
That's interesting.
Turn left.
It's smooth to drive at least, which is nice. Turning circle's
Turn
not the
right.
greatest, but what is on this version of the game anyway.
Finally, we are here.
I haven't toyed with the
Come on, there's a job to do.
seat position or anything, but I haven't felt like I need to, so that's quite nice. I mean, I kind of like it. It's a bit of getting used to, but I kind of like the positioning of the screen there for the external camera, because, you know, that pillar is not something you can normally see through anyway, so it makes it useful.
Drive safe.
You don't really need to look out the corner like that either, but, you know, it's fine. So, 8 hours and 51 it's going to take us. We have, 19 hours and 40. I thought this was an urgent job. Apparently their definition of urgent is a bit different to mine. That said, my next rest stop is in 5 hours. So, I'm going to need to burn a bunch of time on that. Now, the crucial thing to note is that the roads have changed since I was down this way last,
Turn left.
because they keep making improvements. Okay, I was hoping to stop at the intersection and check my map, but that's fine. So we've got this whole intersection here, we've got all this road network here, so this is actually a good route to take because it's a road we've not been on before. And we'll go through this whole intersection, sure. Okay, so I don't need to change anything about that because it's all going on a road I've not been on before. Cool, except we will tweak that way there because we want to discover this exit and everything there. Excellent.
Let's go.
I agree.
Keep left, and then turn left.
So now I reckon it's going to take 9 hours and 7.
Turn left.
But here's a tip, we're not going to be obeying the speed limit,
Get
so...
ready to turn right. Turn right.
I do like the display. There's a lot of information there just by default. We've got digital speedo, we've got digital gear display, and rev. We've got odometer down the bottom, so we've done 8 kilometers so far. What are our other options? Temperatures, remaining range, there we go. Remaining fuel range, perfect. Driven distance, driving time, average speed, that's all nice too. Available pressures, we don't care about those.
And then turn right.
I don't know what that middle bit there is. Is that like meant to be the radar sort of thing for the line sensors or something? It's not the proximity at the front. I don't know if it's reversing. We may find out. It remains there in a smaller view when I have the remaining range up. Generally, I think remaining range is the most important thing to have. Which is why it bothers me when some trucks just don't seem to have one. Like the new Western Stars, even the old Western Star, just the ones in American Truck Simulator just didn't seem to have that. Just very bizarre. Let's see what this thing can do.
Keep left.
Feels nice. So cut that guy off so I don't go off there. We won't be like screaming along at 160 or anything with this engine plus gearbox, but 120 or so would be a good speed to just cruise along at. We know that we're doing like 50% faster than what the ETA is expecting, which is nice. We do have time if we need to actually sleep. We've got just over 4 hours before we need to take a rest stop. But then we'll still have time to actually make the delivery after that. Because that'll be 14 hours, it's 12 hours to rest. By that stage, should only be a couple of hours to actually drive from there anyway, so that's all good. Truck was indicating, but it didn't actually move in the end. 139, even better. The position of the dash GPS is a little bit annoying, the fact that it kind of gets overlapped. We could increase our view angle just slightly, which would probably help with that. Then we're further away from all of the instruments. So we'd probably barely be able to read like the remaining fuel. As it is, it's a bit hard. 142 seems to be pretty much
Keep
our
right,
limit.
and then exit right.
Let's just slow it down a little bit.
Exit right.
Set cruise for that 142, but now we'll slow down to navigate this.
Turn right.
So we don't know what this is like at speed. Oh, it managed it pretty well at 120. Go down here. Yeah, handles reasonably well at high speed. Having those front wheels just pushed out a little bit more with the rims definitely helps a little bit with that stability as well. So you lose some of the fast turning, but when you're carrying a trailer, that's less of an important factor anyway, because stability is more important. Okay, scenic drive time through the Germany fields. Bringing a little bit of colour. Could just be me, but I think... Oh, that's a nice view down there. The AI traffic sounds much better. So those used to sound like they were a diesel tractor just going every time we went past someone, but it actually sounds nice now. I do vaguely remember reading some update along those lines. This is tricky up here. Let's pop into here to maneuver our way through. In fact, we're not going to be able to very well. Let's just push them out of the way. 13% damage, so we're already accruing a little bit of bodywork, but really needed to be on the right hand side all through there, but was on the wrong side of traffic. It's the problem when the roads are only 2 lanes. When they're 3, it's pretty rare that the innermost lane is occupied. It's pretty common that you can just zoom along in the fast lane and not really be worried with traffic. Just every now and then. But on a 2 lane, you pretty much have to resort to the shoulder. Wow, that's cool. This is all new through here. I mean, not brand new per se, but new for me. That's all part of an update. They've added extra roads and brought all the surrounding areas up to date in terms of like the quality they expect from newer DLC. It's really nice that I've been going back to these older areas in the game and upgrading them, because you know, they didn't have to do that. They already have our money for the base game. They could just focus on the DLCs. But they know that a lot of people do a lot of driving in the old areas. And yeah, it's nice that they've been updating them. It also makes the game just more attractive to pick up if you don't already have it. If you're buying it for the first time, then yeah, it's a great time to jump in and grab it. It goes on sale super often. And the more attractive they can make the starting areas, the better, because the most you usually start with, I think, is like the Going East DLC. So you can go across to Poland and stuff, but the minimum I would ever suggest for someone is to get the base game, Going East, Scandinavia, and France. That's the minimum that I'd recommend. Italy, meh. Kinda useful, but kinda meh. Iberia, I would actually prioritize over getting Italy. Because there's just a lot more there, and the roads are nicer. I don't know. The Italian roads are just a bit eh. But also it's just, I'm biased towards it because I like the landscape in the Iberian Peninsula a lot more, so it's also that. With the remaining range window, I really do wish that they're wasting a lot of time there by saying remaining range at the top, okay, and then they've got remaining fuel range, and then next line, small numbers. Remaining fuel, next line, small numbers. You could just have the top one, just have on the left, KM, and then a nice big number. And then at the bottom, on the left, L, and on the right, nice big number. It'd be so much easier to read. You'd immediately know what the numbers meant. It's on the remaining range page. If I see something with kilometers next to it, I know what that means. It would just be a little bit of a nicer idea, perhaps. I can't remember if I have realistic fuel consumption turned on still. I might not, which makes this easier. Having realistic consumption turned on just means that, like, the amount of fuel I'll be churning through is so much greater when you're at higher speeds. Next rest stop 2 hours, we've got 3 hours 30. We should actually be able to get there and park. Oh, hello. That is, if I'm allowed to. Well, screw you, I'm coming through anyway, because they don't expect you to be on the shoulder, so they never block that off. I am not going out of my way. You can also do just the traffic reload trick of just tweaking the graphic settings. Oh, it's struggling to accelerate up here. Even with only a 22 ton? Oh, it's probably because I'm in the wrong gear, am I? No? No, it's apparently the correct gear, but struggling a bit. Not the heaviest load in the world, but whenever my driver starts yawning, it just makes me need to yawn. And now we're back on familiar roads again. I mean, roads that I've travelled before. I'm not familiar, I've not been here in ages, but 2 hours 56, 1 hour 25. Oh, here's the other end of this, so once again, let's just stay on the... Oh, we've got engine malfunctions, in fact. Stay on the shoulder. Looked like we could probably go around on the left, but staying on the shoulder is just safer. Only fitting, of course, that we take damage enough to get engine malfunctions the first time driving a new truck. Ah, it's that. I couldn't remember which one it was that we were passing at the moment. So I mean, even if we wanted to stop, there's nowhere close to the motorway for us to actually stop. There's a gas station further up though, so presuming that that's on the correct side, we'll probably pull in there. So at the very least I want to fill up on fuel as well. Oh, it's meant to be 60 for trucks. How about 160? It's viaduct. Need to see what other new roads there are around here as well. Oh, I was meaning to stop in here, wasn't I?
Okay, let's find a new route.
Oops. I always forget that the truck gas is on the right-hand side. Wrong button. That one's to turn the engine off. Cool. Parking brake. Engine malfunction. So we could sleep, and I'm fairly sure still have time to make the delivery. Let's double check. Yeah, 15 hours, 14? It's not saying at the moment. I'll have to also move off and back on again, probably. Hour 27. We probably don't need to sleep. We could get there and we'll be less than the hour over that would cause us to start blacking out. But we may as well just rest now. So we sleep like 9 hours or something. Yeah, it remains 6 hours 12. Let's see what our lights are like. Bad, but not great either. Hi, beams. Oh, it's the blind spot sensor that causes it to flash up, so it's like, yeah, something's there, dude. Don't change lanes. Handy. So verdict on the truck so far is it handles nicely, it accelerates well, driving with the truck alone especially felt pretty good. I really like the modern cameras with sensors instead of actually having the mirrors. But I still can't beat the Volvo. Like, having the camera there is all well and good, but like, if the engine's off or something, then you can't use it. You can't see. If you have like a malfunction part way or something.
Keep right, and then exit right.
And it's not like the bit that frees up makes any difference for
Exit
visibility.
right.
Like, I don't need to see that area that it now
Keep
allows me
left.
to see. So it doesn't really change anything. Like, if there was a mirror on the left-hand side there instead, it
Keep
would make no
right.
difference. It would just be just as good to see. Now, if it had a little pop-up on the dash for the right-hand camera sensor instead, that would be great. Like, just above where the GPS is, if it had the camera feed for the right-hand mirror, that would be
Keep
so
left.
much more useful. So that way you'd be looking at the left and then the right in your field of view, without me having to have the virtual one brought up. Because having to look across there to look down the side, you know, if it's a camera feed, why do I still have to look over? Why can't I just look straight in front?
Keep right. and
Just
then
the other
exit
side
right.
of the steering wheel from the one on the left. You know, it seems a bit of a waste. A
Exit
wasted
right.
opportunity. Because it's not like that little piece of visibility makes much difference either.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left. Keep right. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Discovering some of these extra roads is going to be very tedious, I think.
Turn right.
Left, and
Then
then
turn
right,
left.
and then left, and then right.
Turn left. Get ready to turn right.
Nice big depot area though. But the part where we actually make
Turn
the trailer
right.
delivery is still small in here.
We're here. Right on time.
This cover, I'm guessing, is the one that I want. Nope, that one is actually a manhole cover. The one that I want is the one back here. Ah, tricky. No, don't drop the tray.
Pedal to the metal, man.
Wrong button. There we go. Where do you need it? Down the end. Ah. Why is it only 40, I wonder? See, now is a big thing with the camera is it doesn't have very good lights. So it's actually quite hard to see compared to if it was a mirror. The screen is just too small and too dim to be useful when trying to do this at night. Perfect. There we go. Level 78. Very nice. 23,000. That might be enough to cover the costs of repairs. Might.